Cancer, if you clicked on this video because the title promised that this person is deeply in love with you and finally decided to make a move this August, you are exactly where you need to be. But here is the twist they aren't telling you. They didn't just decide to make a move out of nowhere. They have been quietly planning this, fighting their own deepest fears, and waiting for the exact right moment to offer you the commitment you've been begging the universe for. The silence is about to break, and what they bring to you will change everything. Before we dive into this beautiful shift, tell me in the comments where you are watching from today, and make sure to like and subscribe to Trusted Tarot so you never miss your soul's messages. Cancer, do not scroll past this. You were meant to hear this now. This message is arriving at the exact right moment, and I need you to really absorb the weight of what I am about to tell you. You did not find Trusted Tarot by accident today. The algorithm did not just randomly suggest this video to your feed. Your higher self, your deep intuition, and the spirit guides surrounding this specific person actively pulled you here. They needed you to hear this before the physical shift fully manifests in your reality. The universe is orchestrating this reunion, this confession, this massive step forward, and your soul knew it was time to receive the blueprint before the actual event takes place. Let us talk about your body, because your physical vessel has been keeping the score of this massive energetic shift. You have been feeling it, haven't you? That sudden, unexplained chest flutter out of nowhere when you are just sitting quietly. The deep restlessness that keeps you tossing and turning at night, even when you are physically exhausted. There is a weird, tight tension in your shoulders and your chest, almost like you are bracing your body for something massive to drop. You have been checking your phone constantly, staring at the screen, feeling in your bones that it is about to buzz with a name you simply cannot stop thinking about. You are waking up early, usually around 3 or 4 in the morning, with your heart racing and your mind spinning. Your emotional sensitivity has been dialed up to an absolute 100. You find yourself crying at things that wouldn't normally bother you, and you can feel the energy of rooms before you even walk through the door. Listen to me closely, Cancer. This is not anxiety. This is not your mind playing tricks on you. This is your nervous system actively recalibrating, because the energy between you and this person is shifting violently and beautifully in the spiritual realm. Your body knows what is coming before your logical mind can fully process it. And it is not just your waking life that has been hijacked by this energy. Your subconscious has been working overtime, acting as a receiver for the thoughts they are sending you. You have been having these vivid, cinematic dreams about them. Sometimes it is a beautiful, nostalgic flashback to a core memory, flash of their smile, or the exact way they looked at you when you first realized your feelings were deep. Other times, it is almost like they are visiting you in the astral plane. You wake up with the distinct feeling that they were just in the room with you. When you are awake, it is just as intense. You are dealing with intrusive thoughts and repeated mental pings of their name when you are trying to focus on your career, your friends, or your daily routine. You keep seeing synchronicities everywhere you look. You see their birth date, their initials, or repeating numbers like 1111 or 222 every single time you check the clock. You see their face in crowds, or you hear a song that they love playing at the exact moment you are thinking of them. The universe is literally screaming their name to you, confirming that the energetic cord between you two is pulling taut. They are thinking about you just as intensely, and their thoughts are bleeding into your reality because the barrier between your energies is completely dissolving. I know this journey has not been easy. I know you have been carrying a heavy burden of fear, exhaustion, confusion, and deep longing. There have been moments where the disappointment felt like it was going to swallow you whole, where you wondered if you were foolish for holding on to this hope. But I need you to understand that all of that waiting, all of that silent growth, was necessary to prepare the container for what is about to happen. The anticipation you are feeling right now is the universe stretching the rubber band, pulling it back further than you thought possible, so that when it finally snaps forward, it brings them straight into your arms with a level of clarity and commitment that will leave you breathless. They are deeply in love with you, Cancer. They have made their decision. The move they are preparing to make this August is not a small gesture. It is a profound, life-altering shift that honors the depth of what you share. Cancer, to truly understand the magnitude of the move they are about to make this August, we have to look deeply into the internal world of this person. You have likely spent countless nights wondering what they were thinking, analyzing their silence, and convincing yourself that maybe you meant less to them than they meant to you. But I need you to completely shatter that illusion right now. Their silence was never born out of indifference. It was born out of an overwhelming, almost paralyzing intensity of feeling. When they looked at you, they didn't just see a partner or a fleeting romance. They saw their entire future, their deepest vulnerabilities, and the one person who held the power to completely unravel them. That level of love is terrifying for someone who has not fully healed their own internal shadows. They pulled back not because they didn't care, but because they cared so fiercely that it triggered every unhealed wound, every fear of abandonment, and every insecurity they have been carrying since childhood. They have been fighting a massive internal war. On the outside, they may have appeared distant, busy, or emotionally unavailable, but on the inside, Their mind was a hurricane of obsession and longing. They were watching you, even when there was no direct communication. Their energy was tethered to yours. They noticed the subtle shifts in your aura. They felt when you were pulling away, and it physically ached them. There were moments they picked up their phone, dozen times, a day typing out messages, only to delete them, terrified that their words wouldn't be enough to bridge the gap they had created. They were trapped in a prison of their own making, convinced that they needed to figure out their own life before they could rightfully claim you. They thought they were protecting you from their chaos, completely blind to the fact that their absence was the very thing causing you pains. But here is where the emotional shift happens, and this is the turning point that changes everything. The realization finally hit them like a physical blow. They reached a point of absolute emotional reckoning where they looked at their life without you in it, and it felt completely hollow. The success they were chasing, the distractions they were using, the independence they were clinging to, it all turned to ash in their mouth. They realized that no amount of personal growth or external achievement could ever replace the profound, soul-level connection they share with you. The regret of lost time washed over them, bringing them to their knees in moments of quiet solitude. They finally understood that waiting for the perfect time was just a cowardly excuse to avoid the terrifying vulnerability of truly surrendering to you. They decided, right then and there, that they would rather risk everything and face their fears than spend one more day living a life where you are just a memory. Now, I know your mind is racing. You want to know exactly how they are going to reach out, what exactly they are going to say, and the precise day this is going to happen. But I need you to hold that desire for just a moment longer. I cannot give you the exact logistical details of their move just yet, because to understand the mechanics of their return, you first need to understand the spiritual foundation that is currently being laid beneath your feet. The universe is not just orchestrating a simple text message. It is aligning the physical circumstances, clearing the karmic debris, and removing the final obstacles standing in their way. If I gave you the exact date and time right now, your anxious mind would obsess over the clock, and that frantic energy could actually disrupt the delicate manifestation process that is currently unfolding. You need to trust the pacing of the divine, even when your human ego is screaming for immediate resolution. Before we cross the threshold into the exact nature of their move and the beautiful outcome that awaits you, we need to pause and ground this massive influx of energy. When we receive prophecies of this magnitude, it is crucial to anchor them into our physical reality. Otherwise, they can just float away as unmanifested potential. This is why I invite you to officially join the Trusted Tarot community. If you haven't already, please take a second to subscribe to the channel. This isn't just about supporting the channel, it is a spiritual commitment. By subscribing, you are telling the universe that you are ready to receive these high vibrational messages consistently. You are creating a sacred digital space for your intuition to grow. Share this reading with someone who needs to hear it, or simply let your subscription be a silent prayer of gratitude for the love that is finally coming your way. When you anchor yourself in this community, you amplify the energy of this reading tenfold. Cancer, I need you to deeply understand the context of this delay, because without it, the true magnitude of their return will not fully make sense to your logical mind. You have been looking at the time apart as a punishment, as a sign that you weren't enough, or that the connection was somehow fundamentally flawed. But I need you to reframe this entire narrative right now. The universe put a pause on this connection, because if they had come to you when they first realized their feelings, they would have brought all their unhealed baggage, their unresolved fears, and their chaotic energy right to your doorstep. They would have loved you, yes, but they would have loved you from a place of lack and desperation. The delay was not a rejection, it was a divine incubation period. The universe forced them to sit in the discomfort of their own making, so they could actually do the shadow work required to be the partner you truly deserve. They had to learn how to stand on their own 2 feet before they could safely lean their entire soul into yours. And this is where the emotional shift truly takes root within them. When they finally stopped running from their own feelings and turned around to face the mirror, they saw exactly what they had been avoiding for so long. They saw that their fierce independence was actually just isolation in disguise. They saw that their pride was merely a fragile shield protecting a deeply tender heart that was entirely obsessed with you. The moment they surrendered to this truth, the heavy, dense energy that had been suffocating them completely evaporated. They felt a profound sense of relief, followed immediately by a fierce, undeniable urgency. They realized that every single day they spent away from you was a day they were denying themselves the very oxygen their soul needed to breathe. This wasn't just a fleeting thought or a momentary wave of nostalgia. This was a tectonic shift in their consciousness. They looked at the life they had built in your absence and realized it was a beautiful house, but it was completely, utterly empty without you inside it. Now, as we stand on the precipice of this massive reveal, I want you to feel the energetic cords between you pulling taut. You can almost feel the vibration of it in your chest, can't you? That is the physical manifestation of their intention locking onto your frequency. They are not just thinking about you, they are actively directing their will toward you. The universe is currently clearing the final karmic debris, removing the last few misunderstandings, and aligning the physical circumstances so that when they reach out this August, there is absolutely nothing left to block the flow of their love. They are preparing to break the silence, but I need you to understand that this is not going to be a casual check-inches. This is not a low-effort text message sent at 2 in the morning out of boredom or loneliness. What is coming to you is calculated, deeply intentional, and profoundly vulnerable communication. They have rehearsed this in their mind 1,000 times. They have written it out, deleted it, and rewritten it, trying to find the exact words that will convey the sheer depth of their devotion without overwhelming you. And here is the main reveal, Cancer. The move they have decided to make this August is a full, unreserved confession of their love, coupled with a definitive decision to commit to you. They are coming to you with an apology that will melt the last of your defenses. They are going to admit that they were scared, that they were foolish, and that they were wrong to ever pull away from the greatest love they have ever known. But more importantly, they are going to tell you exactly what you mean to them. They are going to lay their cards on the table and offer you the emotional safety, the consistency, and the deep nurturing commitment that your Cancer heart has been craving. They are inviting you to build a life with them, to merge your worlds, and to finally step into the partnership that your souls have been dancing around for what feels like a lifetime. This is the return you have been praying for, the truth being exposed, and the decision being made. They are choosing you unequivocally and permanently. Cancer, I need you to listen very closely to this next part, because it is the absolute key to unlocking the beautiful future that is waiting for you. When this person finally makes their move, when that message arrives or that call comes through, your initial reaction might not be the pure, unadulterated joy you are expecting. Because you are Cancer, your first instinct is always self-preservation. You have built a beautiful, intricate shell around your heart to protect it from the very disappointment this person caused you. So, when they reach out with this profound confession, part of you might instantly bristle. You might feel a sudden flash of defensive anger, wave of skepticism, or the urge to ask them, "Why now? Where were you when I was crying myself to sleep?" This is the crucial warning layer of this reading, and I need you to absorb it deeply. This is not danger warning, it is an intensity warning. The universe is asking you to be so incredibly brave in this exact moment. Do not let the ghosts of your past pain distort the miracle that is standing right at your door. If you meet their raw, trembling vulnerability with a wall of coldness or sarcasm, they may interpret that as a final rejection. They are already terrified. They are already putting their heart on the line in a way they never have before. If they sense that their apology is being met with punishment rather than an opening, their old fears will flare up, and they might retreat back into their shell, not because they stopped loving you, but because they still do not feel entirely safe with you. I know how unfair that feels. I know you have every right to be guarded. Your heart has been through the ringer, and your caution is completely valid, but spiritual growth often requires us to act contrary to our survival instincts. The universe is asking you to be the bigger energetic space right now. You are being called to hold the tension between your valid hurt and your profound love for them. When that message comes, I want you to pause. Do not reply instantly out of panic, pride, or the need to have the last word. Take deep, grounding breath. Put your phone down for a moment. Let their words land in your heart, not in your ego. Read their message twice. Feel the energy behind the words. Recognize the courage it took for them to type that out and hit send. You have the power to either slam the door shut or gently, firmly invite them to step inside and begin the real work of healing together. Choose the path that aligns with the future you want, not the past you are trying to survive. And you might be wondering, why is all of this culminating right now? Why August? Why does it feel like the universe has been holding its breath, only to suddenly exhale in this specific window of time? This is not a random coincidence, Cancer. This is divine timing operating at its most precise and potent level. The energetic climate of this current period is acting as a massive catalyst. The fiery, bold, courageous energy surrounding this time of year is pushing this person out of their passive observation and into decisive, undeniable action. They have reached the absolute end of their internal rope. The period of silence you experienced was not empty, it was an active, energetic cocoon. Think of a seed buried in the dark earth. To the outside world, it looks like nothing is happening. It looks like death, like abandonment, like stillness. But underneath the surface, in the quiet dark, the seed is cracking open. It is sending down deep, anchoring roots and gathering the strength it needs to break through the soil. That is exactly what has been happening within this person's soul. The silence was the necessary darkness for their transformation. They had to hit their own emotional rock bottom to realize that a life without your love was a life not worth living. Now, the ripening is complete. The internal work has reached a critical mass. The universe does not rush, but it also does not delay. It waits until the exact moment when both of your souls are vibrationally aligned to handle the weight of this reunion. This August is the harvest of all the tears you have cried in the dark. It is the divine payoff for every time you chose to keep your heart open even when it felt foolish to do so. The timing is spiritually aligned because you have finally reached a point where you know your own worth. You are no longer willing to accept breadcrumbs. You are demanding the whole loaf. And the universe respects that boundary so deeply that it is forcing this person to step up and meet you at that exact level. They are not coming back to offer you a casual situationship or a half-hearted apology. They are coming back because the internal pressure of their love for you has become too great to contain. And the timing is perfect because you are finally strong enough to receive it without losing yourself in the process. The delay was the alchemy, the wait was the preparation, and now the window is open. The bridge is being built from their side, plank by heavy plank, and all you have to do is stand on your side, keep your heart open, and prepare to walk across it when they finally call your name. The tension you feel right now is just the sound of the old reality breaking apart to make room for the new one. Cancer, I need to speak directly to the exhaustion you have been carrying. I see the weight of it in your energy. I know there have been nights where the silence in your room felt so loud it was deafening, where you stared at the ceiling and wondered if you were entirely foolish for holding on to a hope that seemed to have no physical evidence. I know there were moments when you convinced yourself that you were finally over it, that you had successfully packed away your feelings and moved on with your life, only to have a single song, familiar scent, or a random memory bring you right back to square one, breathless and aching. I want to validate that exhaustion right now. It is completely okay to be tired. It is completely okay to admit that this waiting game has drained you, that it has tested the very limits of your faith, and that you are weary of being the only one holding the emotional weight of this connection. But I also need you to see the profound truth hidden within that exhaustion. The times you told yourself you were giving up were never really about giving up on them. They were about giving up on the pains your soul was simply trying to protect you from the relentless ache of longing. And yet, here you are still here, watching this reading, keeping the flame alive. Do you understand what that means? It means your intuition has never been wrong. The flame never actually died. It was just shielded, protected by your own fierce love until the conditions were right for it to burn brightly again. You did not lose your faith. You were just waiting for the universe to prove that your faith was justified. You must understand that this period of intense emotional friction was not a punishment, nor was it a sign that you were somehow unlovable or unworthy of a smooth, easy romance. This was an initiation. As a Cancer, you are the great nurturer of the Zodiac. You pour your oceanic love into everyone around you, often at the expense of your own well-being. But this season of waiting forced you to do something you have likely avoided for a very long time. It forced you to turn that deep, nurturing energy inward. You had to learn how to hold your own heart when no one else was holding it for you. You had to learn how to soothe your own nervous system, how to validate your own worth, and how to find a quiet sense of peace within your own company. This is the subtle but monumental shift that has occurred within you, and it is the exact reason the universe is finally opening the doors. You are no longer approaching this potential reunion from a place of desperate, hollow need. You are no longer looking to this person to complete you or to fix the broken parts of your spirit. Because of the fire you have walked through, you have forged yourself into someone whole. You are approaching this moment from a place of sovereign emotional power. You know your worth now. You know what you will and will not accept. And the universe respects that boundary so deeply that it is forcing this person to step up and meet you at that exact level of maturity and depth. You are no longer a beggar at the gates of their affection. You are the queen or king of your own emotional realm, graciously allowing them the honor of entering your world. It is entirely natural, however, that a part of you is still bracing for impact. When we have been disappointed before, our minds try to protect us by whispering, "This is too good to be true. The other shoe is about to drop. They will change their mind again," I hear that fear, and I am here to gently but firmly dismantle it. This is not a trap. This is not a cycle repeating itself. This is the universe actively balancing the scales of your life. The depth of the sorrow you have endured is directly proportional to the height of the joy that is about to be poured into your reality. You are not being set up for another fall. You are being prepared for a foundation that is solid, unshakable, and built to last. The love that is coming to you now has been tempered in the fire of truth, and it will not crack under pressure. I want you to take a moment right now to truly feel the energy of these words wrapping around you. Imagine a warm, golden, honey-like light surrounding your chest, right over your heart chakra. Feel it seeping into your skin, melting away the tightness, the armor, and the defensive walls you have had to keep up for so long. You are safe here. You are seen in your entirety, shadows and all. You are deeply, profoundly loved, not just by this person who is finally waking up to their truth, but by the divine intelligence that has meticulously orchestrated every single step of this journey. You did not do anything wrong. You did not ruin this. You were simply walking through the necessary fire to get to the gold, and you did it with a grace and resilience that is nothing short of miraculous. The storm is officially passing, Cancer, the dark, heavy clouds that have hovered over your love life are breaking apart, and the first warm rays of August sunlight are finally hitting your face. The air feels different now, doesn't it? Lighter, clearer. the hardest part of this journey is officially behind you. The tears have watered the seeds, the silence has done its sacred work, and the waiting is coming to a beautiful, definitive end. All that is left for you to do now is to soften to trust, and to prepare yourself to receive the love that has been trying to find its way back to you all along. Cancer, now that you have heard the truth of what is unfolding, I want you to let the tension finally leave your body. You do not have to hold your breath anymore. You do not have to brace yourself for the next disappointment, because the season of disappointment is officially over. The universe has heard every single prayer you whispered into the dark. It has collected every tear you shed in the shower, every anxious thought you tried to suppress, and every moment you chose to keep your heart open even when it felt like the most dangerous thing in the world to do. All of that has been seen, recorded, and honored. The divine is not punishing you, it is preparing a table for you, and the feast of love you have been starving for is finally being served. You are not crazy for feeling this massive shift in the air. Your intuition is your greatest superpower, and it has been screaming the truth to you long before your logical mind was ready to accept it. The love that is coming to you now is not a fleeting spark or a temporary fix. It is a grounded, mature, and deeply rooted devotion. This person has done the work. They have faced their shadows, and they are returning to you not as the fractured, fearful version of themselves that pulled away, but as a whole, clear, and fiercely committed partner. You have done the hard work, too. You have rebuilt yourself from the ground up, and you are entirely worthy of this beautiful, sweeping romance. Do not let a single ounce of imposter syndrome convince you otherwise. You deserve this. You have always deserved this. I want you to do something with me right now, in this very moment, to anchor this profound energy into your physical reality. Wherever you are, I invite you to pause. If you can, close your eyes. Take a slow, deep, deliberate breath in through your nose, filling your lungs completely, imagining you are breathing in pure, golden, healing light. Hold it for just a second at the top, and then exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing the last lingering remnants of doubt, fear, and old pain. Just let it all go. Now, I want you to place your right hand gently over the center of your chest, right over your heart. Feel the steady, rhythmic beat beneath your palm. That is the drum of your own resilience. That is the sound of a heart that refused to give up, heart that survived the storm and is now ready to welcome the calm. As you keep your hand there, feeling the warmth of your own touch, I want you to repeat this affirmation to yourself. You can say it out loud if you are alone, or whisper it silently in your mind if you are in public. Say it with absolute conviction. I am open to receiving the love I truly deserve. I release the pain of the past, and I welcome my beautiful, abundant future. I am safe, I am worthy, and my heart is ready. Feel those words sink deep into your cells. Feel them rewriting your old narratives. You are signaling to the universe, and to this person's subconscious, that you are no longer in a state of lack. You are in a state of graceful, powerful reception. You are dropping the heavy armor of the Cancer shell, just for a moment, to let the light inches. As we close this sacred space together, I need you to take one final, deliberate action to seal this prophecy into your physical realm. Do not just let this video end and mindlessly scroll away to the next distraction. That is how we let powerful energy dissipate. Instead, I want you to claim it. I want you to go down to the comments section right now and type the words, I claim this love. Let those 3 simple words be your energetic signature on this divine contract. When you type it, you are telling the universe that you are ready, you are listening, and you are stepping into this new reality with open arms. The act of writing it down solidifies the manifestation. If this message found you at the exact right time, if it brought you a sense of peace or a sudden rush of hopeful anticipation, please share this reading with someone who might need this same reassurance. Or simply hit that subscribe button to join the trusted tarot family. We are building a sanctuary here, a sacred digital space where your intuition is always validated, your heart is always protected, and you are never walking this path alone. Your subscription is more than just a click. It is a daily affirmation that you choose to prioritize your spiritual well-being and your emotional truth. The universe is moving mountains for you, Cancer. The timing is perfect. The silence has served its purpose, and the breakthrough is no longer a distant hope. It is an imminent reality. As we move through these final, potent days of August, keep your eyes open and your heart soft. The text is coming. The call is coming. The apology, the confession, the beautiful, life-altering move is coming. You have survived the waiting. Now, it is time to thrive in the receiving. Breathe deeply, trust the process, and get ready for the love of your life to finally step into the light. I will see you in the next reading.